I mean, there, it is a complex thing scaling a company. I would say things we have gotten right. The first thing that struck me about Google when I joined the company, it was very different in the sense that it was a very optimistic place. So it was a rare place in which if you walked the hallways and you spoke to people and you had ideas, people expanded on them. Most of the times people try to tell you why things won't work. I felt the spirit was different. People would tell you, oh, that's a great idea. You could do it this way and it would be better. So that struck me, that optimism, the fact that you can innovate, make things better, solve problems. I think is a spirit I've tried to carry now, and it takes a lot of hard work. You have to encourage innovation. One of the counterintuitive things is companies become more conservative as they grow. You have a lot more cash, you have a lot more resources, but companies tend to become more conservative in their decision making. And so encouraging the company to take risks and innovate and be okay with failure and reward effort, not outcomes. And that's very hard to do in an organization. People tend to reward outcomes, and which means over time, the organization becomes more conservative, they take safer bets, and so on. So a lot of scaling up is about making sure you preserve the good things you had in the early days, and that gets harder as the company becomes bigger. You have to work harder at it. But I think a big part of what we try hard to do is keep that culture of innovating with technology, building products, shipping things, and so that's one of the many things. But yeah.
Yeah, and maintaining that culture as the company grows is not easy. It's a difficult endeavor. What were some of the other kind of growing pains that you've seen Google have over the last couple of years?
Yeah, definitely a lot. When you're a small company, think about the size of the business school. All of you have shared context. You understand better what others are going through, and so you have better context around everything that's going on. A larger company definitely gets harder, right? And Google was built on everyone. It's a very open culture. Even today, one of the most common things people tell me when they come from other companies is, they're shocked at how transparent the company is. You have literally access to what's happening across the company. But it can be overwhelming. And just because you have transparency doesn't mean you have context. It's very different from when organizations are smaller. So that's been a big part of trying to figure out how to scale up the company, and how do you organize more independently, coordinate only when needed, but can have more parts of the company move as smaller units. And that's a hard balance to get right.
Yeah.